Okay, good afternoon, folks. Sandy Pedraza here with Special Effects Academy, and this is our final session for the week on the Forex Trading Room. It is the weekly wrap-up for May 18th of 2018, Friday, close of market in a couple of hours. So we're going to be taking a look at our trading throughout the week, any lessons learned, any open trades, results, this, that, and the other, our usual setup for Friday. So that being said, it is 3 p.m. and I will just jump in and we'll take a look our normal table of contents, the trades for the week, balance on the account, performance, the opportunities for improvement, and any open trades that we have decided to keep open throughout the weekend into next week's open. I'm waiting for the screen to update. Okay, there we go. We are now seeing the ledger for the week that started on the 13th of May. We had 8 trades that were closed throughout the week, and we have 2 trades that are remaining open for the weekend. Our net profit based on a 2 mini lot trading size, which is what we're doing on this account, was $125.73. The profit in pips was 68.5. We've had better weeks, but all in all, it was not a bad week. Our growth on the account is at 2.51% for the week, and we had a 50% win ratio. We won 4, we lost 4. We started the week out a little bit in the negative. These 3 trades at the beginning, actually 4 trades. We placed 4 trades on the first trading day. We were looking at, and we'll look at one of these charts as an example, but we saw a significant retrace on the first day of trading, and that gave us the impression that we were going to have a reversal week, and we went into 4 trades looking in that direction. 3 of them did not work out. The 4th one did give us profit. So we lost to 3 out of 4. We did have a smaller stop loss in place for these. Again, I'm usually very conservative at the start of the week, simply because this situation happens a lot. You get a fake out on a Monday, and then the trend just continues in the direction it was going from the prior week. So we lost a combined little bit over 100 pips in those 3 losing trades. And the 1 winning trade on that first day gave us 60 pips. So we were net down about 60 pips overall on those 4 trades placed on the first day. We had much better results in the remainder of the week. 2 of our trades did hit their limit. So we had the Euro Swiss hit the 100 pip limit earlier today. The Euro Canadian hit a 75 pip limit earlier in the week. We had 2 trades that we basically exited flat. So we had 2 very clear winners. And we did end up giving back 50 pips on the Euro Canadian when we re-entered it in the same direction as before. It did a retrace and took us out. So net, we made almost 70 pips for the week. And we are keeping 2 trades open. The Euro Pound on a short and the Kiwi Dollar also on a short. Based on the trends that they're following, the overall direction, I'm fairly confident that they will continue moving. Either both of them or at least one of them will continue moving in the direction that they've been established for quite a number of weeks already. So those are the trading results. As I said, not the best of weeks, but certainly a good week. We took some nice profit out of the market. And I will move on to show the account balance as a chart. So we can see that we did have a choppy week with wins, losses, wins, losses, wins. But overall, we are heading in the right direction. We did make profit, and that is the ending balance at 5,100 and whatever, 5,125, I think. That's that for the performance, the opportunities for improvement, and I already covered this in the ledger when I was talking through it. Some of those early trades for the week in retrospect were premature, but you do have to take risk in order to make profit. There's no way we can eliminate all the risk. So they were valid trades. They were giving the right signals. It did look like we were entering on a reversal. Had we been right, the profit would have been immense. So you do have to take these risks in order to win. But perhaps in the future, I will consider opening these trades, perhaps at a lower lot size when this happens, just so I don't expose that much of the equity in the account to a loss. All in all, it didn't end badly. We recovered the loss from the beginning quite nicely, but maybe we should have lost a little bit less on that first day and had a better end of week result. So, food for thought. I'll keep that. I'll keep that in mind. But if you look at this trade, when I was, and let me annotate this chart so I can more clearly show you what I mean. Draw line. So I was seeing this reversal that we were moving into dollar strength, into dollar weakness, I'm sorry, into dollar weakness for quite a number of days. And the trading had actually broken out of the channel and stayed above the channel for a few candles. And when it did a retrace, a test of the top of that channel, this is where I entered long, right there at on the test of the upper boundary of the channel. I was expecting, of course, a bounce and for this to head even deeper. Instead, it reversed, and we sacrificed whatever number of pips it was. 50 pips, I think, was the stop loss. So all in all, not a huge amount of pips, but still a little bit unfortunate that it did not continue. That's still going to happen quite frequently. We're not always going to be right. However, when we do get a breakout from a channel, the profit potential is really huge. So I always want to take at least some risk so that when it does make a proper channel break, we expose the account not to loss, but to huge profit. Those are the weeks that we can make 10, even 20% at a time if we catch these moves early enough. So will I do it again? Absolutely, I will. But I may start trading these breakouts at a smaller lot size so the loss isn't as deep when we're wrong. And rather, when we are proven right, will start adding to the position so we get back to the size that I normally trade at, the 2 mini lots. So I'll take that under advisement and we'll try to apply that the next time I see one of these breakouts setting up. I'm going to delete the annotations there. Clear all drawings. Okay. So that was the reasoning behind it. And the reasoning is pretty much the same for all the charts. And in fact, it did work out on the pound JPY, the one winning trade out of those 4 initial ones. It did, in fact, break out of its channel and continue to give us almost the entire amount of pips that we were looking for. So that one trade offset most of the loss, and the rest of it was recovered throughout the week in trading. We only had 10 valid trades during the week that we took based on what times we were trading, as well as our entry systems. So it wasn't a really overtraded week. Normally we get maybe 15 trades or so. So a little bit on the lower range of number of trades, but still any week that ends positive is a good week. And that's all I have to say as regards to opportunities for improvement. Moving on to the next slide. These are the 2 trades already mentioned, but they are the 2 trades that we are keeping open over the weekend. The euro pound short, and currently it's about 25 pips in the negative, and the Kiwi dollar short also around the same number of pips in the negative. So we're holding on to those. I'm showing one of the charts just as an example, but what I'm looking for is a continuation of the trend that this one has been following. And let me add my little annotation tool. Actually, the spotlight is probably going to work. So we can see that that this one has been bouncing off of this trend line quite consistently, dropped away from it, but then quickly returned to the same general area. And that trend line has been holding steady as an area of reversals. It does a retrace and then bounces back down. So we're looking for another one of those bounces right here down to the limit that we set on that trade. And that's very similar to what we're doing with the euro pound. So we're trading in the direction of the trend. We got in here where we see the little red arrow. It has done a bit of a deeper retracement. Nothing unexpected. I have my stop significantly away from that point. And again, the expectation that it will start heading in our direction early on next week. Nothing is guaranteed, but certainly this one has a high likelihood of fulfilling what I think it will, as does the euro pound. So those two are staying open, and they will be added to the deck for next week. So we'll see how they play out. And that is pretty much, I think, all we have on the end of the week results. Yes, it is. So that is the end of the deck. Nothing more. I invite you to join us on Sunday evening, 6 p.m. U.S. Eastern Daylight Time for our start of the week review. We'll have our full deck of charts and take a look at anything that's going on and see if there's any setups that are looking good for next week. In general, I think that the dollar still is in a very bullish mode. So all the dollar pairs seem to be moving into dollar strength. The Canadian also seems to be very bouncy. I avoided it mostly. I traded the Euro CAD was the only pair I traded. It was moving quite nicely, and it did net give us profits. So I'll likely be keeping an eye on the Canadian, but it's not going to be on the top of my radar. I'm going to be likely focusing on the dollar, the euro, the pound, and the New Zealand dollar. But when I do my daily charts on the weekend, I will make that final determination which four currencies I'm going to be giving the majority of the focus, 4 or 5 currencies. The dollar is usually always one currency that's a mainstay. We'll see what the other ones end up being. So that's it for me. If anybody has any comments or questions, do feel free to chime in. Okay, then if no one has anything, I wish you a great weekend. Have a lot of fun and a lot of rest, and I will talk to you guys on Sunday. Thank you very much. This video will be uploaded in the next hour or so to YouTube, so anybody that missed it can catch the replay, and it will be emailed out. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great weekend.